What is up, Dan fam? All right, today is going to be a very fun, exciting video. I'm bringing back the weekend Q&As, but I'm going to be doing this a little bit differently. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be answering some questions in the Ecom Dudes group. If you want to go ahead and participate, there's a link in the description down below where you can go ahead and join the group 100% for free. There's nothing to pay. You can ask your questions and hopefully make it onto this video and get your question answered. And it's kind of fun too. We're gonna have a little bit of fun doing this, make it very entertaining, and hopefully you don't leave to go watch an Alex Becker or Dan Locke video. I approve the Alex Becker. Anyway, so I'm gonna kick it off with this $25 giveaway. One random person who likes the post, and they need to answer this particular question. What's your biggest takeaway building your dropshipping store? So I'm gonna post this and let's get off to the races and start banning people. Joe, good luck editing this. It's gonna suck because I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth. You'll never know which camera I'm looking at. Let's get into it. So first things first, 21 posts needs approval, 119 people and 2 pages want to join the group. Not having it right now. So, CBO help from Amit. So tried CBO for lookalike purchases 1% all the way to 5%, $50. Had one sale but spent $35 so far. It's almost been a day. What are my next steps? So the first step that I'm gonna tell you is that you're going from 1% to 5%. More than likely, you're probably targeting only one country. You wanna know something that not a lot of people are gonna tell you? And again, common sense isn't really common, and I can't blame you because I did this as well, is that if you can't get your 1% to convert, there's no shot in heck you're gonna get 5% to convert when it comes down to a lookalike audience. Because think about it like logically, right? It's just a bigger scale audience. So it's 5% of a given country. And if you can't get 1% of a given country, a smaller audience, you're not gonna be able to get 5%. And for the record, spending only $35, it's gonna sound like really harsh, but that's literally spending minuscule amounts of money in comparison to who you're targeting. So rule of thumb for me is I'll start off with either no interest or interest targeting or both. And what I'll do is I'll spend 3 times profit. So if I get $10 profit for every single sale and I'm testing out a single interest, I'll spend $30 on that one interest and I'll go out there and spend $30 to get my data back. The name of the game here is data acquisition. So Amit, the first thing I'm gonna tell you is that you're trying way too much right now. You spent $35 and you're targeting 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%. If you can't get 1% to convert, there's no shot in heck you're gonna be able to get 5% to convert. All right, so that's just the first thing. Next, we have, hey, so I'm getting a decent amount of sales, but like 700 visitors for the past 2 days, $0 ad spend. I have a Facebook pixel set up, but don't know how to use this data to make more money. Would appreciate any help. Thanks in advance. All right, so this one's gonna be a long one. Okay, so I'm getting a decent amount of sales, but like 700 visitors for the past 2 days, $0 ad spend. I have no idea where your sales are coming from. You have a Facebook pixel set up. I mean, you can set up retargeting right from the jump. Maz, it seems like you have a case of you don't really know what's going on here. I would grasp the fundamentals of what a Facebook pixel does and how it works. I mean, that's just the most raw answer I can give to you right now. I don't mean to sound like you know, like an ass. It's just, it doesn't really seem like you grasp the concept of what a Facebook pixel is supposed to do, and you don't really understand kind of how it works. So I would just take a look, literally just run a YouTube search around Facebook ads training. It's very simple. I'm not gonna go out in this video explain everything from A to Z. I do have tutorials. You can watch those, but it's very, very simple. This should be something you understand before you really get started. I don't know where your traffic's coming from, but if you're getting sales, you have hundreds of visitors coming, I would say milk that as long as you can. If it's free, you're spending no money on ads, you're just collecting all the profit after actual product costs. So rock with that. All right, boss, bro, do you even spam? Wow. All right, let's see. Inbox, use, spam folder. Honestly, take a look at this. A delete post and block author. Any type of spam here, I'm gonna start rewarding people for reporting spam. These guys gotta go. You can't do this. It's lame, and it's lame. Anyway, on to the next one. Bilal. And for the record, the only reason I don't like that is because it takes time out of my day to go ahead and have to block these people. And I really am trying to go out here and help. So it's not constructive. It's not helpful. Just spamming stuff like that. It might have been a constructive post, but most times, 9 out of 10 times, and again, I didn't read it fully because I'm making this video, 9 out of 10 times, it's somebody just trying to be like, hey, you can message me for consultation. No. Right over here, really need help. Time is running. Time is definitely running. Hi there, I finished my store, own brand. Minimum product is $400. So you have a mid-ticket, high-ticket, depending on how you look at it, depending really what it is. I mean, if you're selling jewelry like diamonds, $400 is low ticket in regards to that. But if you're selling microphones, high ticket, $400 is a high-ticket microphone. So it depends on the product here. I don't want to go ahead and just label this high ticket. And now I'm stuck. I don't even know where to start. Face ads, Google ads, influencer, affiliates. Even I don't have any experience. Any help from any experts, paid service. Okay, so here's the first thing. OMG, too early, boy, that put some than a month ago. Okay, so basically, here's the thing, is that I had this problem too when I first got started. A lot of people, they take a look at everything. They have affiliates, they have Facebook, they have Google, they have Bing, you have Snapchat, you have everything under the sun. And every single paid traffic expert is going to tell you that their traffic source is the best, and they're not lying. Every paid traffic source that you can scale on is extremely good, but you just need to know and harness the power of that particular platform. Meaning, if you ask me what's really good, Facebook ads is way better than Google. However, if you ask somebody like, I don't know, Becker, he's gonna say Google is way better than Facebook. So it's because we know different platforms and we know how to scale different platforms. So again, in my opinion, I would say learn one particular traffic source, get really good at it, get really, really proficient with it, and then if you want to learn something else, go for it. But I'm going to tell you is that you can scale to millions, hundreds of millions of dollars with one particular scalable traffic source. Now, why do I keep saying scalable? Is because a traffic source like Quora isn't necessarily as scalable as Facebook or Google. Heck, even Bing is scalable as well to an extent. So again, you really want to focus on one. And I would suggest taking a look at something like Facebook or Google to start off with, learning those and becoming very proficient, understanding the audience and how people buy, why people buy, etc. So that's the very first thing that I would start off with, is figuring out one platform, really learning the ins and outs of it, getting extremely proficient with it, and then scaling up from there. Does high/low bounce rate have a correlation with high/low monthly traffic? This is a good question if you're talking SEO aspect, because Google will go ahead and obviously rank you based on bounce. The higher your bounce rate is, basically somebody's on your site and how quickly they leave, will ultimately determine if you are ranking well in the Google algorithm, assuming you get high quality traffic consistently. Again, this is more of an SEO question. So this is such a algorithmic question. It's not yes or no. Obviously, the higher your bounce rate is, the worse it is for you, but not necessarily. Again, I'm not the best SEO expert. I couldn't care more or less about SEO because of the fact that I like paid traffic. I like to be able to turn on the faucet and have just a ton of visitors pouring to my site. That's what I like. I don't like to rely on Google and hopefully I get ranked and, with an update, they can automatically take away everything from me. That's not my style. So I don't really want to give you a definite answer here, and I'm not going to, because I'm not the foremost expert when it comes down to SEO, and I'm okay with that. I know a few things, but I'm not about to sit here and tell you the correct way. You want to talk paid traffic? That's different. Guys, when it comes to FB ads, detailed targeting, should we go for interest or behavior, and why? Appreciate your response. In my personal opinion, I do like to start off with interest and no interest. And the reason why I'll go out there and start off with interest is because, let's just say I'm selling an iPhone case. I'm obviously going to target interest of the iPhone. And the other thing that I like to do is go out there and target no interest, because of the fact that I want to let Facebook do exactly what I'm paying them to do, which is go out there and find me people that want to purchase the product that I have to offer, and I'm going to let them do all the hard work. So again, I kind of just want Facebook to do what I'm paying them to do, so I'll run it with no interest and also get more data. So behavior targeting, you can do engaged shoppers, mothers, again, depending on what you're trying to sell. If you're selling some sort of baby clothing, you can target engaged shoppers and mothers with, children between the ages of 0 and 12 months, for example. So again, it really depends on what you're trying to do and what you're trying to target. Engaged shoppers is really good because those are people that are proven to have whipped out their credit card and purchased something in the last, X amount of days. So again, this comes down to testing. I've seen different, and I've also had different ad sets and different campaigns that work exceptionally well with interest only and no behavioral targeting. I've also had, a lot of ad sets that perform exceptionally well once I add in behavioral targeting. So it really depends on the testing and the data that you get back. You'll know the best by the data that is returned from you. So I hope that answers your question. Gary says, hey, we are having issues with tracking our numbers. Can someone experienced help us out? Basically what we're doing is we are tracking our numbers from one period. I'm gonna read this all and then I'll answer. So basically Gary is asking an accounting question. He's not sure why his profit that's on paper isn't matching with the profit that's in the bank account. And here's the thing. There's so many little expenses when it comes to business that you don't realize until an accountant, CPA goes through everything where you take a very detailed look at all your expenses. I'm talking little fees between different applications that are in your store. Perhaps maybe a 2.9% fee with all your transactions with Stripe or PayPal. The 30 cents on every single transaction as well. The fees you have, and the fees are tiered depending on your account status and the actual cost of the transaction when it comes to a dispute. There's so many different fees that come into play, and that's where a lot of times your profit gets eaten up is a lot of these fees. And I know somebody who recently posted that they had, like a 40% refund and dispute rate. And first off, that's horrible. You're gonna get your merchant account shut down and you're screwing yourself. But anyway, let's just say they have $1,000 profit. Their profit is probably gonna be like $200-$300, even though on paper it says 1,000 because of the fees. They never included all these fees and whatnot. So there's so many little minute details when it comes to running a business. It can be live chat applications, it can be tracking applications, it can be, there's so many different reasons and things that come into play here that not a lot of people realize they're paying for, that they end up paying for. And it's unfortunate, but this is why you need to do pretty good accounting. And something that I would recommend is bench.co. Bench will go ahead and track everything for you. They'll go into your bank account, they'll go into your PayPal, and they'll track everything and they'll categorize it, put in expenses, and you can take a look at everything at the end of the month or annually, depending on how you want to do it, or every quarter. You can take a look at it whenever you want. So that's what I would suggest, Gary, is taking a look at something like bench.co. I'm going to reply here, and I'll let you know about this. Amit says, hi, all from experience. What countries normally perform best? USA, Canada, New Zealand. We have Australia, and US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, and UK. All right, so tier 1 countries. Hi guys, can I get feedback from my producer page, please? Thank you. All right, wow, there's a lot happening here. The actual menu is not on one line, so that to me is automatically, I don't like it. Description seems good. I mean, this isn't a bad page. You could do a lot more with the footer. You definitely want reviews. You need reviews here. Use something like Ali Reviews or Luke's and just import reviews to this particular store. Let me take a look at your homepage and see what we're working with here. So it's a pretty simple store. Again, what you have to really realize over here is that everybody's gonna start off in the dog niche, the yoga niche, the sports niche. It's super competitive. It's going to be really hard to go out there and compete in this particular space, if you will. So again, it's going to be completely up to you if you want to keep this store. It might be doing well, but I do like your product page. It is good. I definitely would recommend having some sort of reviews. It's very important. There's so many questions that we get in this particular group, but if you want to go ahead and be a part of the next week's version of the Q&A, what I would recommend is going down to the description and joining this free group and answering or asking your questions in the group, and you'll probably make it into this video. Oh, and by the way, if you go and like this comment and leave a comment and a reply, an answer to this particular comment in the group, you'll be entered for a chance to just win the 25 bucks. I'm going to do this every single week, and that's how you know I'm answering the questions and making this particular video. So again, Dan Fam Notification Squad, if you enjoyed this video, slap a like on this video as well, and slap a like for Joe, because Joe is the one editing this and making everything look good. So thanks, Joe, again, for making me look amazing, even though all I'm doing is recording and sending it to you. Good luck. So slap a like on this video, make sure you subscribe with notifications, and take a look in the description, join the group, interact, and we're gonna get right to it and answering all your questions that you have. So Dan from Notification Squad, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you tomorrow. So if you're interested in learning exactly how I made over $1 million in 6 months with the dropshipping business model, I definitely suggest taking a look at this video right over here. It's free to watch, and you can just enjoy it and click on it right now, and make sure you're subscribed and come back for tomorrow's video. I'll see you soon.